NBA in-season tournament, and the action is hot and heavy. And last night, the LA Lakers, Rob, they moved on to the semifinals, the Vegas portion of the tournament, where they will face the New Orleans Pelicans tomorrow for a chance to go to the first ever championship game of the in-season tournament. They will face the winner of the Milwaukee Bucks and the Indiana Pacers. And last night, interestingly, Rob, the Lakers, who aren't, they're not a fantastic team. They are a very good team, technically a contender. But in the in-season tournament games, they're 5-0. All right. And they're rolling in the tournament. And last night, LeBron James, 31 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds, 5 steals. What a game, especially being at 38 years old. He played 40 minutes. And they outlasted Kevin Durant and Devin Booker's Phoenix Suns 106-103. And Rob, first let's deal with the micro quickly, because I don't think it's a huge discussion. But did you see the way that game ended, Rob?
Yes.
With the timeout call from LeBron as Austin Reeves was losing the basketball in the backcourt. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, I saw what Kevin Durant talked about. And
he was
very diplomatic and just said
road, right?
that if we got to worry about the referees at the end, then it's on us and the stuff that we could do. And I hear when you have more turnovers, Chris, in the first quarter than field goals. You know, like
and
those are
22 for the night. Which is
but they had 10 turnovers in the first quarter and 9 buckets. Like those are the things. So I understand that. I mean, was it the best officiating, Chris? No, it wasn't. But is it the end of the world?
Nah, I agree with you. 22 turnovers.
They just didn't play well, and they only lost
quarter behind. I thought the Lakers outplayed them,
and they lost by 3. Think about that.
They lost by 3, right? They only led for less than 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. So yeah, I'm with Durant, who said, "Look, it's one play. It's a 48-minute game. That wasn't the ball game." I do think it was a smart play by LeBron as he saw Reeves losing the ball to call timeout. I don't know if they beat, if he did it in time. It was hard to tell even looking at it several times on replay.
Yeah, it is hard to tell.
Whatever the case, I don't know that they got it right. I lean toward the call being late. I lean toward LeBron didn't call it in time. But to your point and Durant's point, I'm not going to throw a hissy fit over it because the Suns didn't play well enough to win anyway. But let's get to LeBron and this tournament. So, there's been scuttlebutt out there, Rob, that LeBron really, he hasn't said this, but that he really is intent on winning this tournament because it's the first in-season tournament. And he wants, to add that to his legacy. What your thoughts if LeBron and the Lakers do win this tournament? Does it add anything to his legacy? Is it a big deal or not really to you?
I don't think it's a big deal at all. And here's the other thing, too. If he loses in the finals, will that count against him? No, it won't. Nobody will say, oh, what are you talking about? If you say LeBron is the the finals failure of all time, and I add another L, if they lose, so which one is it? Does it matter or doesn't it matter? Or we don't know yet until he wins it. Then it matters. Because if he loses, then again, it will be another time you're in the finals of whatever it is, Chris, the tournament, the finals, and it would be another L. So because Michael Jordan didn't play in that era, he didn't lose any in-season tournaments. I don't know how that factors in. And if LeBron goes, as I said, and he loses, say they get there 3 years in a row and they lose all 3. Is that going to be a negative or so? I only think the only people who will value it are LeBron's people if he wins. If he loses, it won't be a big deal. That's really how I think it'll factor in. And then, the first year or something, if the Bucks demolished him in the championship, people will be like, "Oh, it's just an in-season game. What is this? It's no big deal." Because I think that will be the response.
I don't agree with your whole because if he lost, we can't value it if he wins it because if he lost, would it be a big deal thing? I mean, Michael Jordan lost the years he didn't get to the finals. We don't count those as losses against them. We don't count every series. How many did he win? How many playoff series did he lose?
No, but it's the finals. It's getting to the last round
where finals. Nobody in their right mind would compare this to the NBA Finals.
No, but you're winning. You're winning something that separates you from everybody else. Losing, and Michael Jordan loses in the first or second round. That doesn't. People lose in the first or second round. I'm talking about when you have a chance.
Some people don't.
When you have a chance to win something and be. If we're going to put a value on it, then is there no value if you lose? That's my point. What's the value?
There's a value on playoffs. I mean, we don't have to argue about the value.
I'm just saying,
lose and win it. Right. I just don't agree with that train of thought. And I obviously look first when everybody thinks of LeBron and his legacy, they automatically think of the GOAT and more Michael Jordan conversation. Obviously, this is not really a factor in that at all. Obviously, Michael Jordan never had a chance to play in these in-season tournaments, so it won't factor in that way. But I look, we talked about it briefly last night, Rob. I do think LeBron is trying to accomplish everything he can to try to strengthen his GOAT argument. And I think he may have conceded in his mind that he's not going to catch Jordan in championships. I mean, and at best, and I think this is a wild long shot, at best he would tie him. You know what I mean, Rob? Like at best.
And that's
but
a long
even
shot.
then, you're right, that's a major long shot. I don't think he's going to tie him. I don't think he's going to win another championship. And so I think LeBron is like, look, he's assaulting the record books. He's going to have the longevity. He already has the longevity argument. And I think this is just another thing to add a pelt on the wall, if you will. And I understand this is not even a playoff series, let alone an NBA Finals. But when you're competitive, if you're in a tournament, you want to win. I mean, these guys that played in college, when they went to a Christmas tournament, it didn't mean anything. It didn't even mean you were going to get into the NCAA tournament, but you want to win. So I understand how the competitiveness of the players is being ratcheted up. Kevin Durant said last night after the game, this felt like a playoff game. He said, all day I got fans, friends, and family calling me, texting me. It was like a playoff atmosphere. It felt like a playoff game. And I get that because the players are competitive. And this is something before you can win. So you want to do it, even if it's not a finals or a ring or anything. And I think, Rob, years from now, I don't think, again, it won't be the NBA Finals, nor is it meant to be the NBA Finals. But I do think it will mean something 10 years from now, 5 years even from now, maybe 15 years, certainly. And I think it'll be a feather in people's cap. If Victor Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren end up having some great rivalry, I think when you're battling and debating about who was better, rings, of course, is in there. Statistics is in there. And I think you'll be able to throw in, he won 5 in-season tournaments. He only won 1. And for LeBron, I think obviously he'll be long and gone as far as retirement by then. But I do think to be able to look back for the LeBron, like you said, Rob, those LeBron guys that think he's the GOAT, to be able to say, man, at 38 or 39, he won the first in-season tournament. He's in his freaking 21st year, and he won the first in-season tournament. Like, I just think it'll be another feather in LeBron's cap. I don't think it puts him ahead of Jordan, but I think it'll be a feather in his cap.
And I'm going to say that deep down, after Adam Silver is no longer commissioner, there's a chance that this could go by the wayside like the 3 to make 2 free throws. I just think...
What's wrong with it?
Not in time, I think that they'll realize that they don't really need it. That this is...
Well, it's not about need, but it does. It has created a little buzz.
Okay, I'm just saying...
That wouldn't be there if it wasn't there. It doesn't hurt.
In time, I think they might realize, or a different breed or generation of kids or players where they can just play and it's not this load management and guys not wanting to play. I just see.
I don't think that's the only thing, though.
Well, but that was that was the driving force on trying to get people to make the games more interesting and put some more effort into them. I just think it's going to go by the wayside. Not when Adam Silver, because this is his baby, but it could in time disappear. That's what I think.
I don't know why it would. Even if it doesn't become hot, I guess it could. But I just don't see any harm in it.